Hi everyone, we're coming to the end of lockdown. We're allowed out a little bit more, we're able to meet in groups of 6 outside, although of course the weather's changed now, so we can't meet outside. But buying bakery things has become a bit easier. I've even managed to get caster sugar this time as well, which is pretty good. And I found this great recipe in this magazine of mine, coconut and fruit crumble slices. So this is what they're going to look like. As usual, my fingers are crossed because mine probably won't look like that, but near as damn it with luck. And however mine turn out, they're usually edible. Quick question though, probably those chefs of you out there know this, but I don't know how the hell you grate butter from a stalk pot that's soft and manageable. So we won't be having any grated butter. And also we won't be having any vanilla paste because I couldn't find any. The sign was there in the shop saying it was $4.99, so I probably wouldn't have got it anyway, but I couldn't find any vanilla-y stuff anywhere. The only other thing was 25 by 35 centimetre baking tray. I'm close, I've got my measure out, 25 by 25. I think that's pretty close, so it's going to be just fine in there, and it might mean that everybody just gets a few extra raspberries. So away we go, and the first thing we have to do is to get all this lot together, and then I have to stick my hands in and mulch it all around, the one thing I really hate doing. Right, I've got everything together. Butter mountain, raspberries, desiccated coconut, some of which is sort of around there. What else have I got? Oh yeah, caster sugar, flour. It said a tablespoon of baking powder. Don't you think that's a lot? Just to make these. So mine are going to be very, very high risen and light and fluffy, I think. So I'm going to start putting it all together in the bowl, just sort of mixing it together. And let's see how we get on from there. Okay. Still a bit worried, and I am a bit concerned about this actually, don't you? I mean, a whole tablespoon of baking powder in that much flour. I don't think you even put anywhere near that much in a cake normally. Now look, I've measured out 125 grams, yeah, of desiccated coconut. Now it says 167 and I put it back on the scales. So I've got to put just 100 grams into the flour. So I don't know how come I've ended up with so much. So I'm going to sort of spoon out, yeah, so I suppose if I just spoon it out like this into there until I'm down to, what, about 67, because it seems to have gone up for some reason, I don't know why. So these are probably going to be really coconutty. The other good thing actually about having the desiccated coconut left over is I was given the most amazing recipe for a pina colada, but a coconut pina colada, which I'm going to make later, with coconut ice cream, desiccated coconut, white rum, light coconut milk, and then pineapple juice. And oh my god, this is the best I've ever had. So obviously I've got too much coconut in here now, so I'm going to have some leftovers to make a great cocktail later. Now, some of you know I'm not great about getting my hands in and getting them sticky and dirty and all covered in, you know, all sorts of mess. So I'm going to try and do this with a spoon. It has to be sort of crumble-like, apparently. And then when I've got it sort of quite crumbly, then I just press it down into the bottom of the dish and leave some of it to crumble on the top like that. So it kind of looks like a crumble on the top. And then the other bit is this flat bit on the bottom. I kind of put that in and flatten it down apparently. So I'm going to have a go at doing this with the spoon rather than my fingers. Also, it's probably a bit nicer at the moment with the virus around, although I'm pretty sure that I may have had it already, but I don't want to go spreading it out to everybody else just in case. I've seen for a while now, and you know, this is coming quite fluffy and stuff, but it's not, I've still got some big lumps in it, so I've still got to keep going for a bit longer. It don't seem to be sticking together really. It's a bit, you know, I don't know how I'm going to pat that down at the bottom of the pan, but anyway, I'm going to do it for a little bit longer, and then we'll take a look at it again then. Well, this is getting more crumble-like, and it was all going pretty well and it kind of seemed like it was sticking together until I found these. I've forgotten to put the eggs in, so I'm going to add them now. I thought it wasn't sticking together because I didn't have any vanilla bean paste. I thought it was the paste that was going to stick together, but anyway, I'm going to add the eggs now, and then I think I'm almost ready to start putting it in the dish and patting it down to make a biscuit base. Right, here we go. So let's just add these in. Maybe this is obviously, I suppose, oh yeah, it is getting a lot more gooey now and sticking together. Ooh, oh God, that was awful. Anyway, so I'll give this a good old mix around. You have to pat it into the bottom of the dish with the spoon, so it's not like I'm going to get all sticky and horrible with like raw egg all over my hands. This is with the eggs added, and it said on it should be a breadcrumby type consistency. Well, I don't think that is, do you? I think it looks more like a solid cake mix. So what have I forgotten to add? No, everything's in now. I've forgot the eggs, but I put them in now. Now it's gone more like well, that's certainly not like a breadcrumb thing, is it? Anyway, I'm going to pat it in the bottom of the dish now. I don't think something's quite right here because look at it. I've lined the dish because everything of mine sticks or burns, so I thought this was an easy way to get out. But it, you know, it said to pat it down and spread it with a spoon, but the spoon's just, you know, you do that and it just brings it all up off it again. Definitely not something right here. Plus, I've only got that much in the dish and that much left, and I think you're meant to have this crumbly bit to put on the top to make a topping. Oh dear, let's give it another go. Right, I found this brilliant little palette knife, and I've just been tapping it all down, all round like that. It's still incredibly sticky. Ooh, see, and it still picks it up, so I think it's going to be quite a lot of holes in this. I think raspberries are going to just like seep through, and it's going to be some sort of weirdo splodge thing. Anyway, that's done. I've only got that much left to crumble across the cake. I'm going to add some flour to it because that is definitely not crumble. Okay. I'm going to put that in. There's no pictures to follow, no guidance. Cover the raspberries with a layer of the remaining crumble. Yeah. Oh, and icing sugar. Icing sugar. How long has it got going for? Oh shit. How long has it got going for? Where does it say? 30 to 40 minutes. Icing sugar. Icing sugar. Oh no, maybe you put the icing sugar on afterwards because the icing sugar will melt. Yeah. I just suddenly thought. Okay. Right, here's the finished evidence. I took it out. I must admit it was a little bit difficult getting out of a deep dish. So if ever I do this again, which is doubtful, or if any of you are going to do it in a very flat dish because it was hard getting it out. Anyway, I've got it out. This is the look of it. Thankfully, I did add flour on the top to make it more crumbly because now it looks a little bit more like the photograph. There's the photo of the finished ones. And mine has got icing sugar on, obviously, but it looks like it. And the bottom bit has come out okay. And yeah, it's very much like a cake. So I haven't tasted it yet. We're going to give it a go in a second. But there we go. So this is it. It was called Coconut and Fruit Crumble Slices.